I've been having dreams, jumping on a trampoline.
Hello, welcome back again to our YouTube channel. My name is Judy.
And I'm Orubi. Please, if this is your first time with us, with this family, please like and subscribe. Going by the topic, you already know what this video is all about. So let's dive right into it.
Okay, so like you noticed from our previous video about how we met, I mentioned that we I met her on Facebook in 2015, guys. Imagine in 2015 I was, I think, 26 years old. I was young, I was inexperienced, I was broke. I was just coming out from the university. I wasn't ready financially as well, and otherwise. My life as at that time was like in a mess, guys. Like, what I mean in a mess, I wasn't ready mentally. So in 2015 I had little or no experience how to be a gentleman, how to really understand the issues that happens in relationship. I saw myself running, breaking up, and I was really afraid of what this whole marriage thing is all about. So you can imagine, I met this awesome woman in 2015. I would have screwed everything up, guys. I would have messed it up. So it's important to not only wait on God's time, it's also important to be to prepare yourself.
Yeah, so I think if also like I had started a conversation with him at that time, I think that it would also have been screwed, and we would have been in a broken relationship and felt that we're not meant for each other. And even I think at that 2015 I was actually dating someone, so I was actually serious about the person, and I actually still broke up with that person in 2015. So I think even if, okay, let's say I didn't have that person in my life, and my husband here, not my husband then, but if he had approached me and I was single, I think it would have been a very screwed up relationship, because I think we were both not ready. I was not ready, and I think that's what God does. He doesn't put you in that perfect thing yet until he has, like, you have grown up, or that kind of thing. God will not give you that complete blessing when he knows that you're going to end up ruining it in the first place. So he's going to train you. You're going to pass through the process of, like, when you're even when they're making gold, it's to make it into the perfect gold that we see, like in real life. It has gone through some fire, some shedding, some breaking, some crushing to make it perfect. So I think we were not there yet. We were not in that place yet. We were still in that rough phase where I don't think I had like a very good relationship with God. I didn't have a personal relationship with God at that time. So I think that if I had gone into anything like that with my husband, I think that it would have been so bad. It would have ruined things, and we wouldn't be where we are today. I probably had seen somebody else, and maybe we'd be with different people. I don't know, but God works in mysterious ways. So So
when God selects you for a purpose, or God appoints you for an assignment, he prepares you. So because from the onset, God already had prepared her, or was preparing me for her. And that's why when those relationships were coming and I felt like, okay, this was it, and then God was like, this is not it, and like you said, the hurt to be there, the heartbreak, the discouragement, the disappointment. At that period, it is difficult to see where God is actually taking you to, until you finally get to that place where he wants you to be, and then you look back and you realize that, oh, I see why this didn't work, I see why this didn't work. Most of the time, I've even noticed that after a breakup, or after you find yourself moving forward, sometimes you look back at those relationships that you thought you lost, and then you begin to realize that this is actually this wouldn't have been the best for me, So that's just how it is. When God takes you on a journey, He prepares the best for you. So whatever happens along the line, whatever happens along that path, it's part of the process. It's part of the process. It can help to build you. It can help to make you. It also will help to prepare you to where He's taking you to.
Yeah, and I think with the relationship I had before, like before I gave my life to Christ, I think I didn't really see those ones that they would end up in marriage. I just saw them as like, okay, I like this person, that was like that was like what my goal was. I didn't have the goals that I had after I had given my life to Christ. And I gave my life to Christ, had that personal relationship, not like I wasn't in church, but I had that personal relationship with God from 2016. So I think all the relationships after then were like, I think I saw myself now wanting marriage. That was a goal for me, even though some of them didn't work out before my husband. So those relationships it wasn't those ones before Christ was just like, didn't have any goal. I think it was just like lovey-dovey feeling and all that. It wasn't like centered on Christ, and I didn't have goals like I did after I met Christ.
Okay, so for me, I realized that before I met my wife, I actually didn't really know what I wanted in marriage, Yes, I think even the last relationship before I met my wife was all more of a personal attraction and feeling, and not based on where I'm going, where I'm going and where I want to see myself, in future, the kind of family I wanted to raise, the kind of place I wanted to be in terms of my relationship with God. So until my wife came, all those things were really not what I was looking for,
So did you have like a relationship that, like you felt that, okay, this thing was going to work out, was going to lead to marriage, and it didn't end up, like it got you to the place that you are now? Did you have any relationship like that?
I think the last relationship actually was, for me, I felt this was going to lead to marriage, because I even went as far as, telling my mom, oh, I'm going out with this person, I even tried to connect them, let her talk to my mom and everything. So I felt that relationship was going to be. The funny thing is, no matter how exciting I was at that time, I was still the one who at some point said, okay, I don't think this is leading anywhere, you know what, let's just call it quick. And I felt bad to an extent, but I told God before that breakup that if this is not this person, help me to heal. If this is this person, I don't know, but just take control. So when I broke that relationship, I didn't really feel so much pain, because I was like, well, if this is your will, let it be. If it's not your will, let it be. So I think it was at that point when I actually handed it to God to actually make that decision for me. That was when my wife came to me, because at that moment I wasn't really searching with my own physical eyes or attraction or anything, and that was just how, when she came, it didn't take me time to really know, because I had this conviction in my spirit, and I didn't have to go through the normal other process, I usually go through in relationship, get to know the person, maybe be friends, and start dating, as at that moment we are not even talking about the future, but when she came, God had already prepared everything. I had a job, I got a job I was doing, I got my own apartment. In fact, I got all the basic requirements that I needed to, or a man would definitely need to settle down in marriage, unlike the previous other relationship where I was struggling and all that. So God will prepare you, and you will know when you're ready.
I think for me, there were two relationships that I really like among the relationships I had after Christ. I think there were two relationships where I saw going into talking about marriage and seeing the future with those people. There were two relationships, but one that stood out was the one that happened January of that 2020, this person had sort of, let me just call the person Mr. A. This person had, had been in my life years before, and came back, and that time we were more mature. We were talking, and I even used to tell my friends that, if this Mr. A guy, if things don't work out between this Mr. A guy and I finally get married, and he comes, to ask me to marry him when I'm in my husband's house, that I was going to leave my husband, and he just ups up and disappears one day. He just decides that, okay, I'm not going to answer this person again. There's just this turn of like, I will not be able to find him again. And he did the same thing that he had done in the previous years, and I was so heartbroken because like, why? He was different. I had spoken with his mom before, that kind of thing. So this particular one was hurt. He hurt me because I was like, where am I going to find another guy like this again? Like, this is the end. Like, I remember when I could not reach him, and I even tried reaching his mom and everything, and there was nothing coming out of that.
And God sent me.
Wait now. And God sent you, yes, but wait, let me give them the gist. So I remember that I went into my room and I told my mom first that this is a situation, I can't get him again. And I went to my room and I cried on my bed, and I was like, God, I don't know what to do again. Like, I just leaving it to you, because I don't know what to do. Just help me out, just heal me, like, and stuff like that. And not too long, because that was January, not too long.
In February he
came along. It's not like he wasn't in my life before, he was already in my life. But we didn't get to that place of, okay, this is the person for me. Like, we didn't get that time to get to know each other like that, and conviction.
The amazing thing about how God blessings come with Jara is that when God finally settles you, and see, the people who left you, they are going to miss you. The people. And funny thing is, I'm not thinking about any of those relationships anymore. Like, I lost out on anything. That's just the good thing. God will so crown you that I think they are the ones that are going to be looking at you where you are now and where God is taking you, and they are going to be like, oh, maybe some of them will be like, thank God for your life. They didn't see that part of you then, and what they are seeing now, where God is taking you to, it's something that, some of them will appreciate God on your behalf. Some of them would miss you. Some of them will wish that it was them, So that's just how God works. So it doesn't matter the amount of breakfasts you have been served. It doesn't matter the amount of disappointment, the amount of no, you're not the one for me, and all the story that was used, against you. But when you finally become, or you're finally in line with God's purpose, and God has started aligning you to His, own agenda for your life, every other thing starts falling in place. And guess what? Nothing else matters. Like, the heartbreak, the cry, all those hurts, it doesn't matter anymore.
It just be a memory. It just be like your past. It could be something that happened in your life. Like, for me, like, the statement I made that if this guy comes in my marriage, I was going to leave my husband. I don't.
What now? Too sweet. I too sweet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't have that thought anymore. Like, it's. I think if he ever, I know that he's not going to do that. But if that was the case, I don't think I was ever going to.
No, you don't think you will not.
I will not do that, because I have the right man. For me,
guys. You know what I mean?
God really answered my prayer. So I think that if you're in that stage of your life where you're wondering, okay, God, why has this person not come to me yet? Why have I not found my life partner yet? Just trust the process, because you might be in a process, at a season of your life where God is trying to reform you. He's trying to, make you and mold you into what He wants you to be. You don't want to go into marriage with one sort of attitude or a baggage that will destroy your home. God doesn't want that for you. So you have to trust the process and just ask God, what are you telling me? What do you want me to learn from this process? what should I leave behind? What should I work on now in this process? What are you telling me to work on? So I think with that mindset and with that, when you push that forward with God, I think that with time, God is going to perfect things with you. God is going to bring your person to you, and everything is going to work out.
Well, in summary, I just feel when you're in that position where things are not working, you feel who you are with is not the right person, or you feel like you're the right person, but the person doesn't feel the same way. That meaning that the relationship is not heading to anywhere. I think it's time for you to sit back and tell the Holy Spirit to take over. Tell the Holy Spirit, if this is not it, take him away, take her away, and align me to the right person. That's just what matters. So if you're in that position where you're heartbroken, you've been served breakfast and everything, just realize that you have tried it on your own and it's not working. Just tell the Holy Spirit to take over. And when it does, I bet you're going to have an amazing, loving, delicious, sweet, romantic marriage,
like what we have.
Oh my God, guys, you don't want to know.
Your single season.
Oh yeah, sure.
There's nothing like enjoying your single season, because it's a time where God is going to really impact in you. So you have to enjoy. Don't see it, oh, I've seen somebody, I'm jealous, and this. Your single season is a time to really enjoy it, and not just, oh, I'm single and I'm loving it, but it's a time to really get to know God more, and God to use you, serve him more. Because when you enter marriage, my God, you get responsibility, responsibility for head, husband, child. So you have to really enjoy your single season.
Study more, get more closer to God, and you're going to enjoy your own God when, as I'm enjoying my own God when. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video.
We hope that you absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Say what you wanna say to me now.